Alrighty then. Alrighty then. We're back. We're back. We're back in class. Breaks over. Yeah. All right, man. Let's hop right into it. We got some stuff we need to cover. And I'm just gonna go over my notes. I've decided right now when I was getting my tea, I got tea again. Special tea. I decided I'm just gonna read the notes and then I'm gonna give you guys a tool. You've made it to the end almost, but you could really use this tool. You know how when you're going through a video game and you're like going through the tutorial for the video game and learning how to move? That's what this is right now. You're just going through the tutorial for the game. I'm giving you the game right now. Okay? And now I'm about to give you your first tool to get active in the game. Something that's going to be pretty crucial for you. Okay? But first, we're going to go over these notes. Okay, so we're at reading the contract source code. All right, so like we went over before, smart contracts are written in Solidity. This is the most popular programming language for Ethereum smart contracts. And while you don't need to become a Solidity expert, understanding the basics can help you avoid scams. Now, I'm gonna go over my notes. Make sure you take your notes and do your diligence, okay? Because if I was to give you all the game and go through how to write smart contracts and all of that stuff, that would just take forever. And we're gonna get to that on another section. Right now, I'm trying to just get you into, investing in crypto or interacting with DeFi protocols and getting you set up. But it's very important to understand what's going on underneath the hood and looking at these contracts and understanding what to look for and understanding a quicker way to go about this as well, using these tools and these skills. That's why it's good to know somebody like me so I can tell you about all of this, right? It's game. I'm giving you game. All right? So the first thing to do is to check for verified contracts. Make sure the contract code is verified. Verified contracts have their source code publicly available for review. Unrevealed contracts should be approached with caution. So the way that you will know that if this is a verified contract or not is it wouldn't have this green check mark. It wouldn't say verified right here at the top. Contract source code verified. It lets you know the token name, and then you can look at the contract. So then therefore you can see if it has any functions that might be predatory. You know what I mean? And let's go over what some of those functions are. Pepe token doesn't have any of those. And I'm not gonna go look at a contract that does right now, but I'm gonna tell you what to look for just in case. In smart contracts, you have these functions, and a lot of these functions you can write your function to be whatever you want in the smart contract. All right, so reentrancy attacks. Let's look at some known vulnerabilities. So reentrancy attacks, one of the most common bugs in smart contracts. This happens when a contract allows an external contract to call it before the initial transaction is completed, potentially allowing hackers to withdraw funds repeatedly. Look for checks, effects, interactions, patterns in the code, which is a good practice to avoid this issue. Okay, so you want to avoid reentrancy attacks. Unchecked calls. Some contracts make calls to external addresses without checking for the result. Ensure functions that interact with external addresses or contracts handle failure properly. Example given, require or assert statements should be used. All right, so look for whitelisted addresses or owner privileges. Some contracts or are designed to allow only specific addresses, whitelisted addresses, like to mint, to interact with certain features or given an owner too much control over the contract. For example, if a contract allows the owner to mint tokens without restrictions, it can lead to inflation or scams. Look for keywords like only owner or owner in the code. These often point to specific permissions that could be dangerous if used improperly. And there are ways to totally avoid this, which we're going to go over. So don't worry. All right. Minting and burning. Oh, wait. We forgot one. Reveal key functions. Transfer and withdraw functions. These functions handle the transfer of funds. Look for transfer, withdraw, or send functions. These should be well protected by conditions, checking balances, preventing multiple withdrawals. Minting and burning. Contracts that mint or burn tokens should have clear conditions. Be very wary of contracts that allow the owner or specific addresses to mint unlimited tokens, as this can lead to inflation and devalue existing tokens. So you want to look out for functions that are re-entry functions where they can go, where when you connect with the contract, they can go back in using another contract and take funds. You want to look for, you want to watch out for unchecked calls, okay? And you want to look out for owner privileges, because sometimes if somebody still owns a contract, they can make calls on the contract, like taking all the liquidity out or doing some nefarious stuff to make you lose all your money. You know what I mean? Or what was the other one? Transfers and withdrawals and minting. They're able to mint a limited amount of, and they have functions where you can take, like the only owner function. Only the owner would be able to take funds from somebody's wallet. You know what I mean? Or an NFT from somebody's wallet. You get what I'm saying? So a good way to look at these things and to make sure that they're not happening, the first way is to know how to read the smart contract functions. And this one is transfer ownership. Okay, that's a transfer ownership function. And you can learn how to read these. Well, we probably got to go all the way to the bottom actually. Yeah, so this is a contract right here. Solidity 0.8 contract token. Pepe token is ownable. It's the ERC20 limited max holding amount. Blacklist is like maybe somebody's not allowed to buy this token. It's a Uniswap V2 pair. Pepe function blacklist. So it has a blacklist function. All right. Addresses. Before token transfer, address from to, amount, override, internal virtual, required blacklist. Okay, so if you're blacklisted, you can't trade it. If Uniswap V2 equals address 0. Okay. So those are the functions. For token transfer, function approve. Okay, so we didn't see any of that stuff in there, right? Okay, cool. So it looks good. So the next thing you want to do that you can do is you can read the ABI, which is this right here, which just looks like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. But if you take it and you copy it and you paste it on something, you can actually read it. It has different functions and the same stuff that's written in here. It's just this is the interface for you to be able to interact with it right here. And this is the contract creation code. You can see everything that has to do with the code is right here. Okay. And it reveals. Okay, so another thing I like to do, this isn't in my notes, but another thing I like to do for tokens is I like to come to the page. I like to go to the contract, and if it's just something that just doesn't look right, I'll look at like the analytics, see what it's trading like. If anything looks weird, they used to have comments. You can look and see how many holders. That's another important thing, to look to see how many holders are holding Pepe. 266,000 holders holding Pepe. And who's holding Pepe? Okay, so we see Binance, that's Binance Exchange, OKX, and these people, they own 22%, 5%, 3%, 3%, 2%, 2%, 1%, crypto.com. All these are exchanges. So all the top holders are all exchanges, so you don't have to worry about somebody dumping on you. If somebody holds more than 5% of a token, you probably don't want to buy it because you're probably going to get dumped on. 5% of a token is a big amount. So you put your money in there. If they hold 5% before you, and then everybody starts going in and they just take the money out, they just rug pull, you lost all your money. Those are certain things you got to look out for. So you want to be able to tell, and I'll give you tools later to be able to easily tell, so you don't have to necessarily come from the block. So you don't have to go to the block explorer. This is the best place to go because it's going to give you verified information. Okay, so you can see everybody that owns right here. They used to have comments. I don't know what happened to the comments section where it would tell you like if this is a scam or not. Okay, so let's go back to the contract though. So that's the code. Let's say we want to read the contract. All right. This allows you to be able to come. Oh, am I going to be able to connect? Oh man, I'm on Safari. Oh wait. Yeah, I'm on Safari, so I probably won't be able to do it, but maybe it'll just show it. So remember, when it comes to contracts, the smart thing to do is to make sure the contract ownership is, they release the ownership. All right, so you see right here, this is nobody. That means they released ownership of it. Nobody owns this contract, so nobody can make calls on this contract. Every time a contract is deployed to the blockchain, it has to be deployed. Like, since I'm a developer, I go and I deploy contracts to the blockchain, right? And if I still own the contract, I can come, and if there's minting capabilities or anything like that, anything that has to do with the token, I can call those functions and do whatever I want to do. The safe thing to do is to make sure that nobody owns it. Make sure that the contract has been released. Okay? But here, let me give you something. Let me see how much time I got left on this video. Ooh, I'm over time on this video. I'm 12 minutes in. All right, so let me give you just something real quick. This is how you check your contracts. This is how you make sure everything is cool. You come to Etherscan, or you go to CoinMarketCap. You want to check CoinMarketCap, and you want to check this. You want to check Etherscan or BaseScan or whatever scan you're using. Then you want to come to tokensniffer.com. Tokensniffer.com. All right, and then you want to put your address in. Pepe pops up. All right, and so what Token Sniffer does is gonna tell you all the information about this token. It's refreshing. Let's let it do its thing. Let's see what it does. Aha! So we have all the deets on this contract. It's on Etherscan charts. It's on DexScreener, Gecko Terminal, Etherscan, and Dex Tools. It was deployed the 14th of April 2023. It's 532 days ago. And it scored 70 out of 100. Let's see why. The audit score is a measure of how well the token meets the criteria for safety. So if a token hasn't been audited, right, like you just want to make sure that the token has been audited, because they're going to make sure that there's no vulnerabilities and it's not scammy. If it hasn't been audited, or if it's not through a reputable source, don't interact with it, because you can be getting scammed. Okay, so a token with high score may still have hidden, automated scanners like this one are not always completely accurate. A token with a high score may still have hidden malicious code. This score is not advice and should be considered along with other factors, like what I showed you, how to go through the smart contract and how to check with real auditors. Always do your own research and consult multiple sources of information. Results are generated every 15 minutes. So token is sellable, not a honeypot. Like you're not gonna buy, you're not gonna go. You're not gonna buy it and then not be able to sell it back. Buy fee is less than 5% and sell fee is less than 5%. It's zero. So you're allowed to put a fee on, like a tax on buying and selling. Contract analysis is a verified contract. Ownership renounced, like I said, the ownership has been renounced. They released the ownership, or source does not contain an owner contract. All right, so nobody owns the contract. It belongs to the people. It's truly decentralized. Nobody has control over it. That's it. Okay, holder analysis. Tokens burned. 1.64% of the circulating supply has been burned. Creator wallet contains less than 5%. See, these are telling you all the things that are important. The creator wallet, so the dev, holds less than 5%. All other holders possess less than 5% of circulating. Right. So, like I was showing you, nobody owns 5% except for these exchanges. So nobody's gonna be able to dump on you. Adequate current liquidity, and then it gives you all the information for all these different things. At least 95% of liquidity burned, locked, or at least 15 days. So yeah, you can use token scanner to check your tokens and the whole entire bit. Okay, so let me take a look at my notes. Yeah, that's it. We went over everything that I wanted to go over about smart contracts. Before you buy a contract, you want to go and you want to look at the blockchain. You want to make sure that it's verified. You kind of want to make sure that the ownership has been renounced. You want to make sure that nobody owns more than 5%. And then you want to check the links for the token as well. If they have some links available, you should be able to go to like their Twitter or their web page or something like that to be able to get some information about the project that you're interacting with. Okay, they changed a lot of stuff up on here. Maybe it's down here. Events, multi-chain person. What's this? Cards. So yeah, you can come on Etherscan, check your tokens, and you can search around, get information, see what different things that they got going on. Okay, you can check everything. Everything is public on the blockchain. Everything is public, so you can come check it all out for yourself. All right, in the next video, we're going to be loading the wallet up and we're going to be buying some crypto. Let's go. So see you then.